Hi guys, and welcome to a brand new video on how to play BOTB. I hope you're all doing well. Just let a few of you join up before we get into this week. Hi guys, and welcome to a sorry about that, man. It's a bit slow. I forgot to actually get anybody. I forgot to actually put it up, so I don't think so. A lot of you guys will know. We've got Alex in the house. We've got Ashley in the house. How you doing, boys? How you finding this week's picture? You know what? I am miles away. Who's it going? Or how's it going? I'm good, man. I'm good. Really good. Just wait for a few of you guys to actually join in before I get the live stream going. That's awesome, isn't it? I've learned a few new things where you can actually see everyone's messages. Awesome. We've got Dave in the house. ET, hi bro. So we've got quite a few people joining up now, so just waiting. Stig-Ball can't be far away. Do you know what, Alex? I was literally just looking at the picture before I went live, and I actually think the same thing, bro. At one point, I was like, it could be further away, but that's something that we'll talk more once we actually get the live stream started. Perhaps right between spectators' legs. It's a good possibility, though. There is a good chance of the ball being close. But there's a few things that I want to talk about on the live stream today that I've found really difficult, man. There's a couple of things that I found really difficult. Let me get it up, the actual screen. Can you guys hear me? I'm not speaking too loud, am I? Because I did move my mic's position. E2NYP, yes, bro. It's half. The further one goes right, the real distance is even further. Okay, just brush first player's hair, probably. Alex, are you on about in between here, yeah? Around here? I think Alex is on about the player that sat in the stand. Saying in between there. By the way, guys, these two coordinates, I know they're a bit further out, but there's something I wanted to explain. That's why I've put these two coordinates there. For this live stream, obviously, we're going to get everyone's coordinates and then see what we can actually come up with. But I'll show you guys, since you guys are here, rather than talking about the picture and getting coordinates, I'll show you something on Paint 3D that I've done. If you see, now, that first circle there is my freebie coordinate. I have drawn a line over it. It's right there if you can see it. That's my freebie coordinate. And when I first looked at the picture, I was pretty much same as you guys, saying I followed just the lines in a straight line, a slight angle, and I said, you know what, the height should be roughly around there. But over the years, I've noticed what BOTB do. They don't just go completely by the eye line. they have to take into consideration what the player is actually doing. Now for me guys, if it was still in this area, how is he going to head it? The ball's going to come and splatter him right in the nose area and the eye socket area. That's why for me the height I had an issue with. If you see my last video, I'm pretty much near the thigh section of the player in the background. But saying that guys, with the guy in green, it's not really a big issue, because I'd say generally it won't be further onto this side. Where I've drawn this orange line, it shouldn't be any further towards the right hand side of the picture. I think if it is, it's more inwards in this direction for this guy to actually see the ball. So for me on this week's guys, I've done just a line like that, and I'd say where these two crosses meet is a decent area for an average, because what the average is from 10 different coordinates, I'd say it'd be a couple of judges going slightly higher, because they'll automatically think the guy in blue has made a jump and he's going to head at the ball. And for him to head at the ball, obviously he's going to use the center of his forehead, or the top part, or the top right of his forehead. I can't see him doing anything else. But for me guys, I think there'd be a chance the judges going slightly higher than the actual eye line itself. So rather than following the eye line in this direction, I think they'd go something along these lines. Now if you place the ball here, like Alex was saying, in between the legs, it looks really good, because he's made the jump, he's committed, he's almost, if you look, his head is tense backwards as well, and the ball can be close in between his legs for him to head at the ball. Or they can say, you know, he's just gone up and the ball's traveling quite fast and he's going to head at the ball. For me, still now guys, I can't see the ball being around this area. I know you guys are 100% right, his eyes are looking in this direction, but I don't see why all the judges would play here, if you know what I mean. I can't see it. I can't see all the judges playing here and saying the ball's roughly around the 530s. It could be a possibility, and like I said, I could be totally wrong, but I think if a couple of judges go about here, so just say they roughly spread around here, a couple of judges spread here, then this area here around the 430 mark is automatically a decent average point. So you'd have to get a roughly 60 to 40% spread, or a 50-50% spread. If there is, just say for instance, an 80 and a 20 spread, then Matt is most likely going to take the couple of judges that are higher up and stay within the cluster. But if you was to put the circle over, look, it covers the whole circle. So if, just say for instance, there is a big spread, like some judges going to 518s and some going to the 370s or 80s, then for Matt to keep them in is still a possibility, because they pretty much would be in the circle, the magnified circle. They'll still be in that, and there's a high chance of the judges staying in that. But I don't think it would be much of a height battle for this week. I think it'd be more of an X battle of how far the ball is actually from the player in blue. Height wise guys, I'm about 80% sure the judge is going in a rough line like this, so roughly around this line here. So if you're coming more closer, then the height would drop to around 470s, but the further right you go, the higher it'll go up. So I'm roughly, I'd say, in the 430s for the height, but my X, I still haven't 100%. I haven't committed 100% on the X, purely because it's good here and it's good further out as well. So I think we'd get a better understanding once we get everyone's average and everyone's coordinate and get an average, and we see what we actually come up with then. So I'm just gonna go through some of these. And you had a miserable result with the midweek. Midweek was, you know what, it wasn't too bad. A lot of people came very, very close. One of the guys actually messaged me on Friday. He actually got a call saying he had the winning coordinate, but unfortunately his second coordinate wasn't as close. So I heard there were a lot of people that came runners up, that got the runners up prize. So it was, I honestly I was surprised with it being a difficult picture. So many people actually got the winning coordinate. It wasn't just one person. I think on top of my head there were at least 3, 4 or 5 people that had the exact coordinate. I had one person call me. There was somebody from Cam's channel who actually got the winning coordinate as well. So I think it was a really, really good job done for so many people to actually come really, really close. Matthew, I'm good, bro. Thank you, Dave, for the thumbs up. Ben, I reckon judges will follow the eye line horizontal, so it will be lower. Ben, I've just literally, I was explaining that if the judges draw the lines like that in a straight line, it's just, for me, guys, it doesn't make sense. What is he going to do with the ball here? Unless the ball is traveling upwards, it could be a possibility. The only thing is, he's already jumped up. If he's jumped up, he's not going to jump up above the ball. Do you know what I mean? The ball has to be high for him to jump. So that's the things that, these are the questions that come to my mind when I look at the picture. If we're going to just go by the eye line, you never know, guys. Like I said, it's the game is, a lot of it is guessing as well. So if you feel really confident the judge is going in this direction, please don't think, you know, because I'm saying yes, it's going to be slightly higher or whatever. I may be wrong, but this is obviously what when I look at the picture, and the whole point of me making these videos and live streams is just to give you an insight of what I actually think. If the ball was then this parallel to his eye line, why has he jumped so high? For him to jump, the ball would be would have to be at a higher position. So I'd say if he was level with this player here, the ball it would have made sense, the ball being that high. Do you know what I mean? It would have made sense, the ball being that high, and he's made the jump. In a jump, I don't see why he would jump parallel to the ball and have his head positioned like that. That's the only thing, guys, that I can't really get my head around. I always bung 2 tickets together and another 2 elsewhere, so on. I don't play to win then lose because a second coordinate ain't near. That would piss me off. Yeah, I've started doing that as well. I started doing that when a couple of months back, I think was it beginning of this year, somebody actually got the winning coordinate but didn't win because of that. Nads, Nikia, you're too early. I'm out bike riding. You're out bike riding in this weather? Wow, man. Where are you going? I get for us it doesn't make sense. Yeah, but the judges, yeah, Ben, I agree. A lot of people, honestly, when they saw my last video, they were like, you know, Stig, I think you're too high. The eyes don't line up. I 100% agree with the eyes not lining up. But you guys have to understand, is just because his eyes are in that direction doesn't mean he can't see higher up, if you know what I mean. Just because his eye line is going, his eyes are pointing that way. If you look, you can actually look slightly higher up, even though his eyes are looking in that direction. Yeah, in a straight line. There is a chance. M123. This is the whole point, bro. The whole point of me making the content is to give you guys a different look. Or mainly, I try going by what I actually think about the picture. But I 100% agree with the ball being here. It makes 100% sense. If any of you guys want to give an explanation of what he's going to do with the ball being lower, we can obviously share our ideas on why the ball being lower and in line with his eyes, what he's going to do next. For me, guys, I think because he's committed into a jump, he's in his for him to jump is he's committed to head of the ball. So I won't see the judges saying it, oh, he's made the jump but he's miscalculated the jump or whatever, or I don't know, man. For me, I think that's going into too much. They'll go pretty much into a straightforward look at the picture, if you know what I mean. But then again, guys, when I did look at the picture, and like I said, if you look at my freebie ticket was roughly around here. I know I was miles out on the X, but it was low. If you look at it, it was low. My that's the only other alternative I can think of is if it is lower, it'll be more towards the right as the ball's traveling up, if you know what I mean. But that's the only thing I can say. Okay, Matt is saying I've gone for the eye line, but I agree it could be well over. Screw the judges, I need G16. Ashley is in, if he has headed the ball, then it would be a little higher than his eye lines. Okay, yeah, exactly, I agree, it is probably higher, but I've gone for the eye lines. See, a lot of people have gone for the eye lines. Stig, we all went higher on the free ticket. Okay, Dan, the judges will be on high due to the little time they have with the pictures. You know what? Me personally, when I looked at the picture and I said to you guys, look, you know, obviously my freebie's down here. All I did was follow the eye lines. That's all I did. I followed the eye lines from him and him. This was to check out for the midweek one. So I did a quick coordinate, and this is what I got realistically, you know what I mean. So when I looked at the picture again, and if you look at it in the high res, yes, his eyes are looking in that direction. They are looking lower, but I've noticed this with the judges. I honestly noticed with the judges, they don't always follow the eye line completely. They do, they'll draw the lines, but they'll draw them in a sense as taking into consideration where his head or body language is tilted to. You know, he could have his eyes inside his head. Do you know what I mean? He can have his eyes inside his head. You know, they'll go on the basis of the body language, or there might not be any eyes visible. What they go by is the body language as well. And I've noticed that in BOTB that the judges don't just go completely by eye lines. They go by the way the body is as well. And for me, if it was lower, guys, I know I'm repeating myself, but if it was lower, why has he made the jump? If you know what I mean, why has he made the commitment to head at the ball? Surely he can't head at the ball where the eyes are looking. It'll smash him right in the face, and that in itself doesn't make sense to me. But knowing the judges where they have screwed up the judging, there is a good possibility them not just going by the eye lines and all of them landing around here. It is a good possibility, guys. It is, and this game is always about luck as well. It's not by by getting the actual average. I've got my calculator open to get us average. Yeah, we've got a lot of people now, so what I'm going to do is get everyone's coordinates, and let's see what we get as a group. Let's see what average we get as a group. So if you guys want to give me your coordinates, and let's see what we can come up as a group. Please give me your first coordinates. Don't give me your best ones. The first time when you looked at the picture, roughly which area you was in would be better. Ben jumped to ahead and missed. It's a good possibility. He could have missed a header. Yeah, absolutely. Anyone who actually watches and plays football know the ball is high, not within the eye lines, but the judges may see it another way. Yeah, you're right, M123. Judging is horrendous at times, man. Also, did anyone else look at the dude's hair? There's something odd, like photoshopped hair on the edge. We've got Dave. Dave's a professional photographer. So Dave, can you give us an insight of whether it's been edited? You know what, saying that, now that you mentioned it, it does look like it's been airbrushed. Honestly, the hair does look like it's been airbrushed. We'll have a look on the high res. It does look like it's been airbrushed, you know. It does. There is something funny about his hair. Right, awesome. Okay, I'm gonna get on with the coordinates. Okay, Dave is given his, which is 1433.492. 1433. As you can see, I got a new mouse. I am gassed. It's so much easier, man. More the mouse was fighting with me. Okay, 1433.492. Awesome. E2NYB is saying 1344.452. 1344. Awesome. Matthew is saying 1406.443. 14. Sugar. Okay, 1406.443. 1406. Awesome. We've got Christian. Are you sure it's not Christian from BOTB? Give me the secret coordinate. Okay, 1471.519. 1471. 1471. Awesome. Alex is saying 1400. I think people are giving their first look at the picture as well, Alex. It's not far right. Conrad is saying higher. Hi, bro. Bloody hell, 1400s. M123 is saying 1329.509. 1329. 509. 1329. Okay, Conrad is saying 1381.526. 1381. Awesome. Lyman, how you doing, bro? My first coordinate was 1218 515. I might be too low. You never know, Lyman. This is what it is. Everyone that is giving the coordinates, it's just the first time they looked at the picture. I think like that we can get a more accurate. We can get a more accurate average. Okay, 1218 515. I swear I need to get a new chair, man. My back is gone on this. Wow. Christian, I know it's you. What if curveball girl on bench is looking at the ball and the other guys aren't? Good point. Could you imagine that? Happy Heart is saying 1847 817. 1847. Okay, 1847 817. I'm gonna 817. No, bro. No, I won't say that, man. You never know, Dan. I won't say that it going that low, bro. Honestly, if it comes that low in this area, I'd shave my hair. I would shave my hair. That's too low, bro. I wouldn't play there, man. Then Alex Stig, he's on midweek perhaps. Yeah, maybe. Happy Heart, we're looking at the DREAMCAR competition, not the midweek one. But here, I don't think so. That's way too low, bro, man. I'm not gonna put that in. I'm sorry. It's just gonna ruin the average. Okay. Conrad is saying my first one was 14 11 509. 14 11 509. Awesome. Okay. Stig is okay. Dave is saying I'd buy him a car, missing it if the ball was that low. BOTB Civil War would go down. It could, you know what, boys? If it honestly, imagine it does. Imagine it does come that low. Rigged. Alex is saying rigged. Okay, Samuel Solomon is saying 1343 491. 1343 491. Anyone watching the boxing fight tonight? Anthony Joshua. I was actually thinking it was yesterday, man. Okay, you have a look at a new midweek too. I'll be looking at that on Tuesday, bro. Sorry, I told him midweek. Yeah, Happy Heart. I was thinking, man. Honestly, I was thinking, wow. By the way, the new midweek one does look really good. And what I might do if I get the time is actually make a video just dedicating on the midweek one on Monday. That's only if I get time, guys. I'll try getting a video in. Is there anyone else that wants to give the coordinates before Ashley gives us a calculated average? Josh for the win. So far, lads, the calculated average looks 1369,491. Right there. And let me show you guys something. Ignore the center coordinate, but just look at the lines. Actually, let me draw the lines. Well, you know, from my last video, I got an area that I said that the ball can roughly be in, and if you were to half the area, it would come up. And if you look at our average has literally come in that area, but it's obviously been halved. So if you were to draw lines, I think we've come up with something pretty decent. I'm not gonna lie, man. I think it's something that's pretty decent. That looks really good. And you know what I really like about this is the trajectory of how it's narrow from hit on this side, but it spreads out. So there's a good chance it being there is a good chance it being in the early 1400s. Honestly, there is a good chance of the ball being in the early 1400s, but our average, I think that looks really good. Honestly, our average looks really good. Stig, that's the closest to my code. Okay, I had to miss some then because I have calculated 1346,488. Can you place ball over the average? Yes. Let's see what we get when we flip it. Let's what we get when we flip it. I think that looks really good. Honestly, that does look really good. It's obviously a bit lower than what I was getting, about 40-50 pixels, but I'm still happy with that, because I realize at times I'm off by 30 to 40 pixels anyway, but that does look really good. Even if you look at it on the flip, I think that's really good. But honestly, guys, for me, looking at it in that area, I think that looks really good. I can't see the ball being any lower than that. For me personally, I can't see the ball being any lower. If you were to draw lines from the player's eye line, this was another thing, guys, that I was saying. Look, to get it like that, it doesn't. And this, I was thinking more of it, that angle. And that's why, if you realize, my actual average was slightly higher than you guys. I was in the early 400s to mid 400s rather than into the late 400s for the Y. But we're doing this as a group, so should try that, guys. It gives you a good indication of where the ball can be if you draw the lines around the circumference of the magnified area, because I've noticed some of the judges actually do that. Matt does that. Matt actually does that. But I think, saying that, guys, this area is generally a really good area. So what I'm gonna do is give a box, but please take this box as just an indication. Don't expect that yes, the ball is definitely gonna be there. It could be way out of this box, but for me, I'd say I won't personally go any more towards the left. Height wise, guys, I said I'll cap it off at 514. The highest one, 414. I think that was mine. I'm not sure. I think, is it? I think that's mine. Yeah. Screwed it up. Screwed it up. Damn. I'll quickly do that again. I think it's pretty reasonable to say this area here as a box where the actual average can land, and that is a lot of pixels. We're talking 1221 all the way to 1485. Height wise, we're talking 1414 all the way to 514. So it's 100 pixel difference. Like I said in the beginning of the live stream, guys, I'm not really concerned about the height. I'm more fussed about the X on this. I think if I was to lose on this picture, I'd be more on the X, because for me, again, guys, I think it's a pretty straightforward look at the picture in the sense as height. Yes, they're going to use the eye lines, but there's a good possibility they actually put in the coordinates slightly higher. So sometimes I've realized what judges do is they'll draw a line, something along this line here, but place the actual coordinate above the line. So they'll draw the lines to just as a reference point of where his eyes are looking, and then draw a coordinate above it. They don't always drop the coordinate bang on in between, like sometimes we us guys do it. They don't do that in between, especially if it's a picture where there's a 50-50 chance of the eyes and the body language being involved in actually getting an average. So that's something to take into consideration as well. What car is your free ticket? I can't remember. Honestly, I can't remember. I don't know what I played for. I think it's the R35. But don't quote me on that. Same height, 490. Christian 1400 is the most left I went on my tickets. Yeah, anywhere here, if you cap off, just say for instance you think no, 1200s is too far left for me, you can cap it off at 1350s and play in your area. But generally for me, guys, this area looks really good. The center area of that box is a pretty decent area, because when I first looked at the picture, I was getting this area as it kept coming. This area here for me kept coming. The 1360s, 1370s, 1340s, 1330s as a decent average. But that was for me on how I did my lining. But if you look at it, guys, play if you think the picture is difficult, if you think is too much, play minimum tickets. That's what I always do. I like on the midweek one, I played minimum tickets because I wasn't 100% sure whether the judges are gonna play closer to the guy in blue, or they're gonna play closer to the captain that was in the middle. And what they actually did was, it was my pixels, my tickets were good. A couple landed in zone 1 and then a few in zone 2, but the thing only was with I was slightly higher up and a bit to the left. That's all it was. But I think I've covered quite a bit. I just want to show you guys this again. Is if you look where our average is roughly around here, about there. I think personally that's pretty decent for where a ball can be, because if you look, for me, he's going to head at the ball. I think that's pretty decent. It's nice in line with him as well. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. But I'm really happy with that, guys. Honestly, I'm really happy. I think even if we tried, we wouldn't be able to get a better average than that. So I think I'm gonna just quickly go over everything again, guys. Just a quick recap, because there's a few usually sometimes just forward the video towards the end to get a result. So what it is, we've come up with this week, guys. For our average, it is 1369,491. If you look at last week's DREAMCAR competition, guys, our average wasn't very far off. Honestly, our average wasn't very far off. So whatever you guys are doing right. Not only that, on the midweek one, we got a lot of runners up. We got people with the exact same coordinate. We got the exact same coordinate. A couple of people actually getting the exact same coordinate. So I think whatever you guys are doing, whatever's going on, we're doing, it's right. Honestly, it's right. And play with your gut instincts. Take everything from the videos and each other's opinions as a guideline, because we've had people where we've deleted coordinates, and Alex is one of them who actually deleted a coordinate as well. I'm sorry I had to remind you, Alex, but I think 1369,491 is our average for this week's DREAMCAR competition. I wish you all the very best. There's not much else I can realistically talk about. I'll let you guys enjoy the rest of your Saturday evening, and let's hope Joshua gets that win tonight. And hopefully I'll be catching you guys on Tuesday. That's pretty much it. And if you like my content, please like, share and subscribe, guys. I can't thank you guys enough for the support on my channel. Honestly, it's been tremendous, and I wish we get an actual winner this time in the family. So like always, guys, take care, peace.